Hello. Today I will be talking about Comrades, Almost a Love Story, directed by Peter Chan. And I will be exploring themes of the diaspora of Hong Kong, citizenship, and the cost of modernity. The title itself is already making an argument. This is not simply a failed love story, it is almost one. The word almost describes a condition created by modern life. The characters Li Chao and Xiao Jun are clearly meant for each other, but migration, economic survival, and constant movement continually intervene in their interwoven lives. Li Chao and Xiao Jun are not separated by a lack of love, they are separated by the demands of modern life itself. So migration, survival, and constant adaptation keep asking them to become someone new before they ever have the chance to fully choose each other. The world they live in never allows them to stop moving long enough to choose what they truly want. In the reading, Sheldon Liu argues that this film represents a new kind of Hong Kong diaspora cinema. Earlier films focused on exile and displacement, but Comrades presents mobility as empowering. Li Chao and Xiao Jun continually adapt, moving between cities and reinventing themselves in pursuit of opportunity. And Liu connects this to Aiwa Ong's idea of flexible citizenship, where identity is no longer fixed to one homeland. However, the film seems to add another layer to this idea. The very mobility that empowers these characters is also what keeps them apart. Their ability to constantly reposition themselves delays emotional commitment. The almost in the title becomes that emotional cost of being flexible citizens. So the reoccurring theme, which I think is very reflective of East Asian culture and ideals, which is that conflict between duty and desire, it appears throughout almost every film we watched in this course. In Tokyo Story, urban life leaves little room for family obligations, and to live, historical forces continually reshape personal choices. In Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, love can be expressed indirectly through ritual and duty, and in Beijing Bicycle, modern urban life creates competing claims on belonging. In this film, in Comrades, it continues this pattern. Zhao Jun stays with Zhao Ting not because he loves her more than Li Chao, but because she represents his original self before migration transformed him and his duty to that prior commitment. Likewise, Li Chao cannot leave Pao at the dock because he gave her stability and a path upward. And I think it's important to note their personality differences. Li Chao is the type of person that is a survivor first. She thinks strategically and practically over emotion. And Xiao Jun is more sentimental. He follows his emotions. So he follows feeling and she reads situations. And the film honors both of their approaches without condemning the other. The music was nice, and I thought it reinforces everything the film is saying. As Liu notes, Teresa Tang's songs, they transcend national borders and they are beloved of Hong Kong, Taiwan, mainland China, and the diaspora. Her music becomes a kind of cultural glue for everyone. So emotionally, the song Tian Mimi or Sweet as Honey expresses what Li Chao and Chao Jun cannot say directly to each other. I also wanted to note that this film reminded me of the 2023 Korean American film Past Lives and the Korean concept of inyan, which is another idea of fate. More specifically, it's the idea that certain people are bound together by connections that transcend time, distance, and even different stages of life. So back to Comrade, the film, I thought this was really nice. The film had a circular ending where we go back to the beginning of the film where Xiao Jun was on the train, and it turns out that Li Chao was sitting right behind him, and they didn't even know it. Their connection existed before they were even conscious of it. Fate simply operated on a longer timeline than their decisions. The last idea, importantly, the film does not portray America as a promised land. Pal's death and the hostility toward immigrants show that mobility remains precarious and dangerous, and it reinforces Liu's point that transnational freedom often comes at a high cost. I also think New York's realism mirrors Li Chao herself. She always looks before she leaps. She carefully weighs survival and stability over emotion. Likewise, New York is portrayed not as glamorous, but as a place of both opportunity and hardship that demands adaptability. Coming from a family, personally, where one of my parents immigrated from South Korea, I appreciate this honesty. For many working class immigrants, New York is not everything they imagined it would be. So I understand why the director wanted to include this idea, and I think it's very realistic to show that side of my immigration. Yet the ending remains hopeful. After years of practical decisions and missed opportunities, Li Chao and Zhao Jun, they finally get together and they find each other. The film suggests that modernization and migration may delay desire, but they can't erase it. Fate is simply more patient than modernity. And that's what I loved about this film. Despite modernization and obligations and all their choices, fate still brought them together in the end. And this was a great film. I liked it a lot.